Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Vintage Rob 89 here on YouTube, and we're back. We got something really special today. But before I go into that, I just wanted to say everything's going well for me, guys. Really kind of happy 2017 is on the way. It was kind of a weird year for me in terms of, job and whatnot. It's not fun switching in between a job, so I'm happy. And next year, I hope to pump you guys more videos. I know we had a good run, and then I kind of stopped and I got busy because I was looking for a job. And now we are back now near the end of 2016, and, we're throwing more videos together. And I also say thank you to all the subscribers. I'm not one to really, care about how many subscribers I have. But in the end, it does help. It really shows that my channel is a fun channel. But most importantly, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this. And like I said, I don't really have the more mainstream stuff. I kind of have the oddball stuff that we all grew up with, but we kind of forgot. So until you see it and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that, like this. But yeah, we got this Rancor one, and I don't really do this to you guys, but I gotta get the box for it. It's in these bins, and is this one, the Imperial Shuttle, and both awesome pieces. I mean, I really love this, and we'll get into it. But yeah, guys, all I could say, early next year, we'll probably be doing a whole Force Awakens review on the toy line, because I bought most of it in the box, and I gotta get a few more pieces left. So, and also I'm moving next year, so I don't think we're going to be really unboxing anything until I move and reviewing it. So we might be a little bit slow on the channel. So I may be going back and, uploading videos of what I already have and talk about that, like this that we forgot to review about a year and a half ago, or maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember. But yeah, guys, I'm really looking forward to that. So, yeah, but I'm not looking forward to that. I'm going to have to buy more bins and collecting supplies for this move. I don't know when it's going to be next year, but, I want to be prepared. So, anyways, going back into the video, guys. So, here we have, I forget what year this is. I think it's 95, 96. Let's see here. So, this is from 1990. 6. Wow, so it's 20 years old. So this is the Rancor. I didn't have this as a kid, but I had these lovely micro machines. On this box, I only really had the Cloud Car. I didn't have anything else. These are one of the items I'm going to get, and we'll probably won't unbox it till I move. So that's on my list for next year, one of these. They're about $30. But these are really cool, guys. And, especially if, well, now this is vintage. But if you're collecting Kenner Star Wars from the 70s and 80s, and you don't want to buy, the full-scale version of this, and you don't want to buy the full-scale modern version of this, you could always go to this because, number one, this company is no longer around, so it is now collectible. 2, this was very popular back in the 90s and unique. And 3, I mean, they're awesome. They're really cool, and this is something I don't think we'd get today. And this was only 21 years ago. Or 20 years ago, actually, 96. Wow. So I didn't have this one as a kid. As you saw, I had that one vehicle. I had a few play sets, but the reason I got this was because I had the Kenner Rancor from Return of the Jedi from the 80s. I didn't realize how beat up it was on its mouth. I also didn't realize how badly the claws were scratched up. And I was also worried down the road that the rubber bands would snap, because it would have that feature where you would pull on its arms and it was connected by rubber bands. You'd be able to knock figure over. But the downfall to all of that, it didn't have something that this had, and they haven't done anything like it since then with this. And I think it's really cool. I honestly think this is the best Rancor out there, in my opinion. I know that's weird to say. The one from the 80s is obviously a classic, but I think this is honestly the best one, and you'll see why. So first off, let's say why this is so awesome. So, first off, I love the box art. I think the box art's really cool. It's kind of got like a Galactic Empire feel to it. I love the font on the box. I love the Galoob logo. This just really screams 90s to me. I love on how the sides, they showed the cool action figures with the kind of swish artwork with like the hands and the claws. And as you saw earlier, you saw the back here. I think this is really cool. It's got a really 90s and very vintage feel. It's kind of got a little bit of a story about the figure, which I thought was pretty cool. So kind of like a blueprint. And I just love this, how they advertise everything else for this line. And now going on to the figure. I love how, and this is, I think I paid about 20, 25 bucks, maybe 30, how the stand, how it comes with a stand, and you got like a little cutout to rest these. Now, these are very simple. They just go up and down. I think the arms just go up, swivel up, and the legs swivel down. Nothing too crazy. No 5-point of articulation. Mostly, I think I would say probably 2-point. And some of them, just 1 point of articulation, just with the legs swiveling. But what I really love about this, and I think a great job that Galoob did, they were very good at painting these. You would really have to beat these up if you're a kid with paintwear. And even now, like, I could drop them. I mean, I'm not going to, but, they can take a lot of abuse, which I really like. And I like, that's how Galoob focused on. They didn't really go into too much of detail on, like, the eyes or anything, or they did, as I can see. I couldn't really get it on camera. But, I think they did an awesome job, and I love the little bone detail that they threw in here. The other thing I like is the stand as well. And I said it's awesome just for the figures, but they painted the Star Wars logo with like gold enamel paint, which I just think is awesome. They sketched in, or they tooled in, skeletons of victims that the Rancor has killed. And also, it has holes under this, so this could never tip over. And I just think that's one of the coolest things on here. Now, I am going to have to rest my camera for a minute. Let's see. I'm trying to stand this up for you guys so you guys could get an idea. So, we're going to take this off its stand. I know that looks really obnoxious, guys. So, this is the figure. As you can see, you move the left arm and its mouth opens up, which I think is really cool. And the only feature that I remember having this was the Kenner Rancor from the 80s. There would be a button on the back here, and it would open its mouth like this. But this arm works awesome. This moves up regularly, no action features. Now, the one thing it doesn't have, and it's not even a big complaint to me because they just did an awesome job already with this. It doesn't have like a swivel thing where its hand kind of, you could pull this and it goes side to side and knock figures over. But, I mean, it covered the department of playability with, it being able to open its mouth by, pulling on its left arm. And I love the little feature of the handcuff, the shackle cuff. And then this is my favorite part. Yes! Sorry about that. And what I love about this is that you can put the figures through its mouth, and you pull this out, and the figures come out. So I'm going to do one for you, because I hardly use this. So we're going to open up its mouth. I'm going to put the Scamorian guard in, like in Return of the Jedi. Let's see if it'll fit. May take a minute, guys. Oh, it fits. Close it like it swallowed it. And then you open this up, and it comes out. So, really cool, guys. And then on the back here, on the bottom here, it says 1996. Lucas LFL. Sorry for the weird angle, guys. I'm holding this iPad myself, so we'll get this back on its normal thing, and I'm happy because now I can finally put this back in storage. So that was it, guys. That was the Rancor monster from Star Wars Action Fleet Galoob, 1996. Already 20 years old. Galoob, for the younger audiences out there, Galoob was a big thing back in the 90s. Late 80s, 90s, they kind of came with something called Micro Machine, and, you know, it changed everything, and from the popularity of that, they got the Star Wars license, I believe, in the early 90s, which I didn't know until a few years ago, probably because I was a little bit too young and I kind of missed it, but they got this, and this was hot for a little while in the late 90s, and this, I think they made the Star Wars Galoob on the classic Star Wars, maybe the 99, 2000. I know it didn't go past that, because Galoob went out of business in the early 2000s, but they were a great company for what they did, and I feel like maybe 10 years ago, these kind of got overlooked, but now, since they are vintage, they're hot, and they're cool, and as you saw with the Force Awakens line, I might as well leak something to you, but most of the Force Awakens items I got were the Micro Machine line, and I think they did a good job, and for them bringing this back now, I think it's really cool. And I think that's why people are now going after this Star Wars stuff from the 90s, because, you know, this is like first generation, and now we got a second generation of the Micro Machines, and, you know, that was really revived by Hasbro. But this was fun. This was fun. You know, if you had this in the 90s, this was cool to bring over because, you know, if you're going over to your aunt's, uncle's, grandmother's house or whatever, friend's house, you could just throw this in a backpack. So that was the cool thing on it. So nothing else really to say except this is an awesome piece. I would highly pick it up. It doesn't take up any space at all. You know, here's a bookmark I have here, and this is about 6 inches, and you could see the height, so it's very tiny. A softball is even bigger than this, if you're a collector who likes to collect a lot. The box isn't really that big either. Would I say, was it worth paying for what I paid for? Absolutely. You get all these cool action features on it, which I really loved about the Micro Machines, and also you get a fantastic job with the stand, fantastic job with the figures, and just awesome job with the Beast as well. You know, I can't really ask for any more, and it's got a vintage feel to it, so which I really like about it. And we said this again earlier in the video, but Galoob isn't around anymore, so now it has a special place in my heart. So yeah, guys, this was the 1996 Rancor from the Star Wars Action Fleet line, Micro Machines, Galoob. And we'll come back with another video, guys. Sorry, it's been a long day, so that's why I'm pausing a lot. But anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.